Welcome to my channel Electrical Hub. In today's video, I will be explaining about intersheet grading of cables. In previous video, I have explained capacitance grading of cable. This is the second method of grading of cable. In previous video, I have explained the basic about what is grading of cable and why it is done. So basically, grading of cable is done in order to achieve uniform distribution of dielectric stress. So intersheet grading is the second method in order to achieve uniform distribution of dielectric stress. So now I will explain a little about intersheet grading. In this method of grading, in between the core and lead sheet, number of sheets are placed, which are called intersheets. All these intersheets are maintained in different potentials by connecting them to the tappings of the transformer secondary. As you can see in this diagram, there are number of sheets connected to the So you can see in this diagram, there are number of sheets connected over each other. Let V1 is equal to voltage of intersheet 1 with respect to earth. Let V2 is equal to voltage of intersheet 2 with respect to earth. So now we are going to find out dielectric stress for V1, V2. Okay. So small d by 2 is the diameter of this d by 2 is the diameter of the core, then d1 by 2 of the first sheet, and then small d by 2, d2 by 2, and then from core to the outer surface it is capital D by 2. So now we are going to find out the dielectric stress. So these potential are between the core potential and the earth potential. Okay. Generally lead is used for this sheet as it is flexible and corrosion resistance, but as its mechanical stress is less, aluminium can also be used. So we can also use aluminium, but aluminium is low in weight and mechanically strong, but it is much costlier than lead. So aluminium is much costlier, but it is mechanically strong. So using these intersheets maintaining a different potential, we can achieve uniform distribution of stress in the cables. So consider a cable. This is a cable with a core diameter of D, small d, overall diameter with lead sheets as capital D. Lead 2 intersheets are used having diameter D1 and D2. So this is D1 and D2. 2 sheets are used, this one and this one, which are kept at potential V1 and V2 respectively. So the potential of first sheet is V1 and the second sheet is V2 respectively. I have written over here. So now we have to find dielectric stress. Now Gx is equal to Q upon 2 pi epsilon x. Now we will take constant K upon x to find the equation. This K is constant. Now we have to find the potential between the core, this is core, and the first sheet. So now the potential difference between core and first sheet will be, what will be the potential difference between this core and this sheet will be V minus V1. Okay, so V minus V1. So the integration of V minus V1 becomes, which is equal to D by 2 because the core diameter is small d, to D1 by 2 because the first sheet diameter is D1 by 2. G1 of dx. Now G1 of G of x we have taken as K upon x. So evaluating in this equation we will get K outside K1 integration of D by 2 to D1 by 2 dx upon x. The remaining, this x we will take it inside. Okay. So now V minus V1 becomes K1 of ln of D1 by D, which becomes, now we have we will take K on this side. K1 is equal to V minus V1 upon ln of D1 upon D. This is equation 2. Okay. So now continue this equation on next page. Okay. Now substituting in equation 1. We know equation 1 of Gx. We are in equation 1, we get G1 is equal to V minus V1 upon x into ln of D1 by D. In equation 2, we have find out the value of K1. So we know that this Gx is equal to K upon x. So now G1 becomes K1 upon x. So K1 value we have taken from this second equation and evaluate in equation G1. So we will get this equation. We will write this equation as equation 3. So now the stress is maximum at x is equal to d by 2 on the core surface. Now we know that the as stress increases at the surface of the core and it is less at the center. So the stress will increase at this point at d by 2. So now at that point we will find out dielectric stress. Okay. So now the stress is maximum at x is equal to d by 2, which is on the core surface. So we will find out G1 max. So G1 max becomes V minus V1 upon x becomes d by 2. D by 2 ln of d1 by d. So this becomes equation 4. Okay. Similarly, now we have find out the G1 max value till now. Okay. Now similarly we will find out G2 max value. So now for that we are going to take the potential difference between V1 and V2. So similarly potential difference between intersheet 1 and intersheet 2. So see in this diagram, this is intersheet 1 and intersheet 2, which will be V1 minus V2. So potential difference will be between two sheets, intersheet 1 and intersheet 2 will be V1 minus V2. So for this we have to find out again G2. So now similarly G2 becomes V1 minus V2. See, with reference of this equation we are writing this equation. Okay. V1 minus V2 upon x ln of d2 by d1. This is equation number 5. So now G2 will be maximum at the surface intersheet 1. At intersheet 1, that is x is equal to d1 by 2. So similarly this is also similar to this. So G2 will be maximum at intersheet 1, that is x is equal to d1 by 2. Now we will find out G2 max. So G2 max becomes V1 minus V2 upon d1 by 2 ln of d2 by d1. This is equation number 6. Okay. So now the potential difference between the intersheet 2 and outermost sheet is V2. In this diagram you can see this potential difference from this to this will be V2, and it is maintained at V2 with respect to earth. Okay. Now we will find out G3. So the potential difference between intersheet 2 and outermost sheet is V2. Now G3 will be V2 upon X into ln of capital D by D2. You can see the outermost in outermost surface, capital D is the diameter, so we are taking capital D over here. Okay. D upon D by 2. This is equation number 7. Now similarly we will find G3 max as in previous equation we have find out G1, G2 max, we will find G3 max. Okay. So this G3 will be maximum at point X is equal to D2 by 2. So at which point it will be maximum? At this point D2 by 2. This point it will be maximum. So G3 max becomes V2 upon D2 by 2 ln of D by D2. This is equation number 8. So now choosing the proper values of V1, V2, G1 max, G2 max, G3 max, it can be made equal and hence we can achieve uniform distribution of stress can be obtained by these equations. So we will write one equation. We are taking alpha as constant, D1 by D is equal to D2 by D1 is equal to capital D by D2, which is equal to alpha, and G1 max is equal to G2 max is equal to G3 max. Okay. So from these two equations, okay, we will find out D1 by D, D2 by D1 is equal to D by D2, which becomes alpha constant value, and G1 max is equal to G2 max is equal to G3 max. Now we have the values of G1, G2 and G3 max. We will evaluate these values. We will get V minus V1 upon D by 2 ln of, now ln of D, at ln of D by D2 we will put alpha. At ln of D1 by D we will put alpha. At ln of D2 by D1 we will put alpha. So it becomes ln of alpha, which is equal to V1 minus V2 D1 by 2 ln of alpha, which is equal to V2 D2 by 2 ln of alpha. Okay. So now this equation finally becomes dividing by 2, we will get D2. V2 upon D2 into ln of alpha, which is equal to V1 minus V2 upon D1 into ln of alpha, which is equal to V minus V1 upon D into ln of alpha. So now this ln of alpha gets cancelled. Okay. So the final equation becomes V2 upon D2, which is equal to V1 minus V2 upon D1, which is equal to V minus V1 upon D. Okay. This is equation number 9. So now first we will solve only these two equations. Okay. And then again the last two. 1, 2, 3. First we will solve these two parameters and then these last two parameters. Okay. So now V2 is equal to D2 by D1. Okay. These two we are solving first into V1 minus V2. Okay. So V2 is equal to alpha. We know that D2 by D1 value is alpha in this equation. Okay. D2 by D1 is alpha. So D2 by D1 becomes alpha into V1 minus V2. Okay. So V2 is equal to alpha V1 minus alpha V2. So now taking V2 common, V2 common, we will get 1 plus alpha into V2 is equal to alpha V1. So V2 becomes alpha upon 1 plus alpha into V1. This is equation number 10. Okay. So now we have solved first these two equations. Suppose this is A, B and C. So now we have solved A and B. Now we will solve B and C. Okay. So so now we will solve these two. Okay. These two we will solve now. So now we will solve V1 minus V2 upon D1, which is equal to V minus V1 upon D. Similarly, we will get V1 minus V2 is equal to D1 by D into V minus V1. Okay. So we know that value of D1 by D is alpha. V minus V2 is equal to alpha into V minus V1. Okay. So V1 minus V2 is equal to alpha V minus alpha into V1. So substituting the value of V2 from equation 10. So in equation 10, see, we have got the value of V2. We will put this value of V2 in this equation. Okay. So now this V1 common we will take at one side. 1 plus alpha into V1 is equal to alpha V plus V2. This is equation number 11. We will substitute the value of V2 from 10th equation. Now from equation 10, we will get 1 plus alpha into V1 is equal to alpha V plus, taking the value of V2 from equation 10, we will get alpha upon 1 plus alpha into V1. So now V1 becomes, V1 is equal to, we will take V1 at this side, V1 into 1 plus alpha minus alpha upon 1 plus alpha is equal to alpha V. This alpha we are taking on this side, right hand side, and remaining equation we are taking on left hand side. Okay. So the equation becomes V1 into 1 plus alpha minus alpha is equal to alpha V. I am now equating the above equation. Okay. Solving the equation, we will get 1 plus 2 alpha plus alpha square minus alpha upon 1 plus alpha is equal to alpha V. So V1 becomes alpha V into 1 plus alpha upon alpha square plus alpha plus 1. So this 2 alpha minus alpha becomes alpha, and 1 plus alpha square remaining, that we have put down, and alpha V into, this goes over here and remaining over here. Okay, so that becomes V1. So V1 is equal to V into 1 plus 1 by alpha, dividing by alpha, we will get this equation, 1 plus 1 by alpha plus 1 by alpha square. This is equation 12. This equation we have divided by alpha, we will get this equation. Okay. So now we know that V2 is equal to alpha into 1 plus alpha V1, which is equal to V1 upon 1 plus 1 by alpha from equation 10. See, we know this V2 value from equation 10. I have used over here. So now, V2 becomes V into 1 plus 1 by alpha upon 1 plus 1 by alpha into 1 plus 1 by alpha plus 1 by alpha square. This is equation 13. So from equation 12, put the value of V1 in equation V2. Okay. So from equation 12, put this value of V1 in place of this. Okay. So you will get this equation finally. And this is equation number 13. So now G1 max is equal to V minus V1 d by 2 ln of d1 by 2. This is from previous equation. Okay. So G1, so put equation 13 in the above equation. So this equation we have to put over here. G1 max is equal to V minus, put the value of V1. Okay. So the value of V1 is V into 1 plus 1 by alpha upon 1 plus 1 by alpha plus 1 by alpha square divided by d by 2 ln of d1 by 2. This V1 value I have taken from, see this equation number 12. Okay. So from equation 12, take value of V1. Okay. And put it over here in G1 max. You will get this final equation. Okay. So now solving this equation, V into 1 minus 1 plus 1 by alpha upon 1 plus 1 by alpha plus 1 by alpha square. So 1 is at another side. Okay. Divided by d by 2 ln of alpha. So now this, multiply this over here. So it becomes V outside 1 plus 1 by alpha plus 1 upon alpha square minus 1 by alpha divided by 1 plus 1 by alpha plus 1 by alpha square divided by d by 2 ln of alpha. Okay. So G1 max finally becomes V upon alpha square 1 plus 1 by alpha plus 1 by alpha square into d by 2 ln of alpha. So now we will find the value of alpha. Okay, from the previous equation. So we know that d1 by d into d2 by d1 into capital D by d2 is equal to alpha cube. So we know that value of d1 by d is equal to d2 by d1 is equal to d by d2, which is equal to alpha. Now multiplying this equation, we will get the value of alpha as alpha cube. So finally we will get this equation, d by d is equal to alpha cube. Now applying log to this equation, we will get ln of d by d is equal to ln of alpha cube, which becomes 3 into ln of alpha. So ln of alpha is equal to 1 upon 3 ln of d by d. Okay. So in the previous equation of G1 max, we will put this equation. So it becomes G1 max is equal to V upon 1 by 3 1 plus alpha square into d by 2. In place of alpha in previous equation, we will put ln of d by d. Okay, and 1 by 3 over here. So now if intersheet is not used, G1 max is V upon D by 2 ln of D by D. And if intersheet is used, if it is used, we will reduce the intersheet by factor of 1 upon 1 by 3 on 1 plus alpha square. So by this we will get uniform distribution of electric stress, dielectric stress, and hence this is called as intersheet grading. This is all the equation of intersheet grading. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching my video, and please subscribe my channel Electrical Hub.